Welcome to my class of operating system. Today we will learn about distributed system security. Today, computers are not standalone units. Several computers are being networked together to form large computer system. Not only are computer being networked, but they are being networked into large distributed system where each individual computer node can make use of applications distributed throughout the system. Security threats. Way of looking a security in a computer system is that we attempt to protect the services and data it offers against security threats. There are four types of security threats: interception, interruption, modification, fabrication. There are different threats when distributed system is concerned. As any network computer system can face it, it is important to implement countermeasures for all expected threats for the purpose of system to remain constant and cost effective. The objective of any security system is the ability to keep a secret. This is as true automated system as much as it is for people. It is as important to keep the information secret when it is stored as well as when it is sent over a network. A secure system is the one that can be trusted to keep secret, and important word is trusted. Trust can be defined as a confident resilience on the integrity, honesty or justice of another. Trust refers to the ability of the application to perform actions with integrity and to perform its function on a continuing basis. However, individuals, governments and institutions such as bank, hospital and other commercial enterprise will only consign their secrets to a computer system if they can be absolutely certain of confidentiality. The security architecture incorporates elements to safeguard the confidentiality of information and ensure that all access to the computing resources is authorized and authenticated. Defined security architecture can be used to ensure the design of applications and systems will meet the required security objective. The architecture will help guide decisions between system and across platform and ensure all the systems meet a standard minimum level of security. Interception. The concept of interception refers to the situation that an unauthorized party has gained access to a service or data. Example, where communication between two parties has been overheard by someone else. Interception also happens when data are illegally copied. Example, after breaking into a person's private diary in a file system. An interception means that some unauthorized party has gained access to an asset. The outside party can be a person, a program or a computing system. Examples of this type of failure are illicit copying of program or data file, or wiretapping to obtain data in a network, although a loss may be discovered fairly quickly. A silent interceptor may leave no traces by which the interception can be readily detected. In an interruption, an asset of the system becomes lost, unavailable, or unusable. An example is malicious destruction of a hardware device, erasure of a program or data file, or malfunction of an operating system file manager so that it cannot find a particular disk file. If an interruption, an example of interruption is when a file is corrupted or lost. More generally, interruption occurs, it refers to a situation in which services or data become unavailable, unusable, destroyed, and so on. It is an asset of the system, becomes lost. An example is malicious destruction of hardware device, erasure of a program or data file, or malfunctioning of an operating system file manager so that it cannot find a particular disk file. Another example is denial of service attacks, by which someone maliciously attempt to make a service inaccessible to other party is a security threat that classifies as interruption. Modification. If an unauthorized party not only accesses but tampers with an asset, the threat is a modification. For example, someone might change the value in a database, alter a program so that it performs an additional computation, or modify data being transmitted electronically. It is even possible to modify hardware. Some cases of modification can be detected with simple measure, but other more suitable changes may be almost impossible to detect. Modification involve unauthorized changing of data or tampering with a service so that it no longer adheres to its original specifications. Example include modifications include intercepting and subsequently changing transmitted data, tampering with database entries, and changing a program so that it secretly logs the activities of its user. Fabrication. Fabrication refers to the situation in which additional data or activity are generated that would normally exist. Finally, an unauthorized party might create a fabrication of counterfeit object on a computing system. The intruder may insert spurious transactions to a network communication system or add record to an existing database. Sometimes these additions can be detected as foreigners, but if skillfully done, they are virtually indistinguishable from the real thing. Example include an intruder may attempt an entry into a password file or database. Likewise, it is sometimes possible to break into a system by replaying previously sent messages. Note that interruption, modification, fabrication can each be seen as form of data falsification. These four classes of threats describe the kind of problem that can be encountered. Security policy. Simply stating that a system should be able to protect itself against all possible security threat is not the way to actually build a secure system. What is first needed is a description of security requirement, that is, a security policy. A malicious attacker must have three things which are necessary to know for security purpose. First one, method, the skills, knowledge, tools and other thing with which to be able to pull off the attack. Opportunity, the time and access to accomplish the attack. Motive, a reason to want to perform this attack against the system. Security policy. As security policy describes precisely which actions the entities in a system are allowed to take and which ones are prohibited. Entities include user, services, data machines and so on. Once a security policy has been laid down, it becomes possible to concentrate on the security mechanism by which a policy can be enforced. Knowledge of system is widely available. Mass market systems are readily available. Many systems are available to the public are by definition accessible. Often their owners take special care to make them fully available so that if a hardware component fails, the owner has spares instantly ready to be pressed into service. Important security mechanisms are encryption, authentication, authorization and auditing. These are the four important aspects of security mechanism. Authentication is providing a series of communication procedure between user of the system and server for the purpose of securing the communication purpose. And authorization is this can be done by using access control list that consists of a list related to an object that states all the subject that can be allowed to access the object as well as the rights to the object. Access control list or ACL normally are implemented directly or as an approximation in recent operating system. Encryption. Encryption is fundamental to computer security. Encryption transforms data into something an attacker cannot understand. In other words, encryption provides a means to implement data confidentiality. In addition, encryption allows us to check whether data have been modified. It thus also provides support for integrity checks. Authentication. Authentication is used to verify the claimed identity of a user, client, server, host, or other entity. In the case of client, the basic premise is that before a service starts to perform any work on behalf of a client, the service must learn that the client's identity unless the service is available to all. Typically, users are authenticated by means of password, but there are many other ways to authenticate client. Authorization. After a client has been authenticated, it is necessary to check whether that client is authorized to perform the action requested. Example, access to records in a medical database. Depending on who accesses the database, permission may be granted to read records, to modify certain field in a record, or to add or remove a record. Auditing. Auditing tools are used to trace which client accessed what and which way. Although auditing does not really provide any protection against security threats, audit logs can be extremely useful for analysis of a security breach and subsequently taking measures against intruders. For this reason, attackers are generally keen not to leave any traces that could eventually lead to exposing their identity. In this sense, logging accesses makes attacking sometimes a riskier business. Thank you for watching.